This is June 2024. We're headed out the public road to the lower entrance to the Coon Bridge Trail. This public road will come to a private drive, and the service road right-of-way splits to the right and wanders through the woods to the trail entrance itself. Some private property entrances along the way. My pal Derek's with me as always. We started this trail about 9:30 at night.
This must be it. This is the Coon Bridge.
Now the only bridge we saw was a 2x10 across a little spring, and so we suppose that's the Coon Bridge. Pinstriping will be a problem on this trail. It's not a heavily traveled trail, it seems. It didn't seem like a whole lot of people had been coming through here lately. The further we got up into the trail, the less kept it seemed to be. The further you go, there are some steep drop-offs to the right, but there's plenty of room for a Toyota Tacoma or a Jeep, maybe even a little bit larger vehicles. But there are some steep drop-offs. They get a little steeper as you go. Lots of down trees. There has been some upkeep as far as cutting the down trees. A little rocky here. Because I had looked at some videos to kind of do some recon for this trail, it seemed to be a little rougher than I had expected, so I didn't air down, and so riding this trail on this particular night was a little more uncomfortable than it should have been. My advice would be to air down. 17 or 18 pounds would be a good spot to air down to for this trail, I believe. The difference in these lights is not high beam and low beam, but I put some of the ditch lights on the Tacoma, and this was my first opportunity to test those out, so there will be some brightness differences in the lights on and off through the video, and for the most part those will be switching between the ditch lights and the low beams on the Tacoma. This was a pretty interesting spot here. It looks like a culvert runs under the trail there, and some of it had washed away. A lot of water off to the left there. And now we're getting into some of the less kept part of the trails. I took home a lot of pinstripes off of this trail, a lot. old red Jeep there does so good, and it's an older vehicle, and I'm beginning to think that I'll start using the old Tahoe project in some of these trails. I still have a few mechanical things that I want to do to the Tahoe before driving it across the state and into Virginia. But once I get those done, I don't think I'll be too afraid to bring it through these trails. The pinstriping will not matter at all, and most of the trails we've done in the George Washington National Forest have been wide enough for a Tahoe, I believe. I'm at least willing to give it a try. Apologize for the shaky situation there with the camera. As I said, I didn't air down as I should have. Made for a little bit of shaky footage there, but I appreciate your patience with that. This is the upper end of the trail coming out. We'll be back to another little service road in just a few minutes from this location. The trail didn't take too long. I appreciate you watching.